Jeremy's head hurts.
He went hard in the paint last night.
Yes.
And
Amy and I went to Jelly Roll and Eric Church at Bristol Motor Speedway, and I drank everything. And now I feel like what you just heard was I drank a lot. I drank it all. I went on the full giddy-up roundup of I'm going to consume every alcoholic beverage I get my fucking mitts on. And now my eyes look like two pert buttholes.
Yeah, keep them sunglasses on.
So the sunglasses will be remaining on.
Looks like he got punched in the face by a toddler.
Oh, I feel like I got punched in the face by a toddler, for being really honest.
Welcome in, David Smith, armchair commentary to the program. How you doing today, sir?
Morning, gentlemen. I am a little bit under the weather, but otherwise, I'm not Jeremy bad. I'm good. I got coffee. I had a smoothie.
There you go.
This is armchair. Take care of me in the morning. I'm good to go.
There you go.
I'm ready to watch some football.
Got a little sinus pressure going on there, or what's the?
It's toddler germs. Well, not toddler. I guess she's kid germs.
Yeah.
She's 6, but it's still, kids, man.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah. Miss Mullet was still strewn across the bed when I left. Because I think she feels about the same way I do.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
No
Here's
doubt
the
about
thing.
it.
We go hard in the paint. Patrick Holt once famously said, if there was an Olympic intergender tag team drinking team, Jeremy and Amy would be the legends of the game.
Nice. Meanwhile, I've been bright-eyed and bushy-tailed since 6 a.m. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you fuckers.
Yeah, you know why? You know why? Cocksucker?
Yeah, because I live a boring-ass life. That's why.
And I need you to take your sunshine and rainbows and shove them up your ass.
I wake up at 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning and start going, how am I going to fuck up DraftKings today? So if you do that, welcome into the program. It's time to get some actual good fantasy advice from these other two guys.
Well, I'm going to try to give you good fantasy advice, and I'm also going to try to not puke in my shoes. So,
all right, get your questions into the chat. We will get to all of them in sequential order here.
but I feel like we should each have a statement of the day.
A statement of I'll statement
start.
of the day. You first.
How much Breece Hall is too much Breece Hall?
100%.
I want more. I want to have him in lineups that I want to have him in every lineup I play. I want to have him in every lineup I think about playing. I want to have him in every lineup that I fuck up and wind up in the wrong lobby and hit 3 players. I want Breece Hall in that lineup.
I don't think you're wrong. They're taking the training wheels off, right? They said it's full go for Breece Hall now. No more snap count.
Well, and it's Denver,
right.
And they're not great defensively. And if Zach Wilson can get anything done, it's going to be on the ground first. They're going to run the ball. They're going to run the damn ball.
Oh, and by the way, he's 5,400. Just that's
5,400.
That's a thing to know.
Considering every wide receiver is $1,000 above what they were last week, yeah, it's a thing to know.
Yeah,
I am struggling to spend all my doll hairs in DraftKings.
I am not,
because I want to do just a mess of cheap shit.
You got a lot of. Is this all dart throwy stuff or what?
I want Tutu Atwell and I to do karate in the garage. Because now that you got Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua manning the underneath, I just have this weird feeling he's going to end up on the outside, probably with Josh Jobe, and he is going to absolutely beat him like you did your dingus the week you found it. It is going to be swollen and raw, and it's going to need a bath in calamine lotion.
Yep. All right. Statement of the day, armchair.
I am also on Breece Hall. I think that Matt Stafford's going to have himself a day, despite playing the Eagles.
Okay.
I agree.
Piggybacking off of Jeremy's Tutu Atwell, I think he's going to throw the damn ball a lot.
Well, they can't run the damn ball. We know that.
Well, and the Eagles secondary hasn't been exactly lights out.
No, because you're going nowhere against that defensive front.
You're going nowhere.
Right? there's just no path
for 3 minutes.
There's just no path. There's no path to run between the tackles with this team. So you have to get everything through the air.
So I'm Stafford. Plus, he is cheap, and like I said when we were just doing our pre-show huddle there, I don't know who he made upset at DraftKings to make him so cheap, but he's $5,600 for a quarterback who I think is going to have the most passing yards today.
Oh, you want me to tell you why he's so cheap? Because people have this because DraftKings has this, like Vegas, they turn like a cruise ship. So we look at Philadelphia and go, that defense is great, and it's great in the secondary. Well, they're killed, and Josh Jobe blows dead bears.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a whole lot scary about them. I love Matthew Stafford today. I don't mind it with Nakua. I don't mind it with Cooper Kupp. They're just both so damn expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And there are other places I would rather go if I'm going super expensive. So Tutu Atwell seems to just be getting shoehorned into every lineup.
Mine's on the Detroit Lions. My statement of the day is on the Lions because I cannot get away from David Montgomery and I can't get away from Sam Laporta. So Amon-Ra St. Brown's not going to play today. He's got some abdominal strain that he suffered last week that he's not coming back from. And, I mean, Sam Laporta has been great anyway. Oh, yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs. He's injured too. And they didn't run him anyway. So he's going to continue to get the 30 carries.
The only problem is that Jeremy Chin's going to be on Laporta.
Well, you know,
and I don't like that. I learned my lesson last week.
Somebody's going to get it, right? Somebody's scoring for Detroit.
Yeah, and I think it's David Montgomery. To me, if you don't have him in your lineup, I'm going to need you to explain to me why.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's $6,600. Yes, it feels gross to pay that amount. Yes, the Carolina Panthers couldn't stop a fucking runny nose, and he is going to absolutely bludgeon them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on it. I like it.
Yeah.
They have no one at wide receiver. Like, no one.
Nope.
They don't have.
I mean, Jameson Williams is coming back.
Maybe. We don't even know that.
Really?
He's questionable, too.
He's – so if you and just for argument's sake, he's expected to be limited to around 20 snaps.
Which I'll pass.
Yeah, 100%.
So 20 snaps, let's say he's targeted all 20 of those times, which he won't be. You're lucky to get what you need out of him, especially for the price. I'm not paying $4,000 for a guy who's going to get 20 snaps. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to pay God, what's his name on Indianapolis? It's like 37. Josh Downs.
There you go.
I like Josh Downs better with Gardner Minshew, but I understand why you're doing it.
All right, let's get into some of these questions here. The first one came in from Danny Finn's fan. He said he woke up this morning, Jeremy, to a trade where he's given up Isaiah Pacheco and Cortland Sutton to get Saquon Barkley and Wilson?
Michael Wilson.
Michael Wilson? Okay.
From the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Do that. Isaiah Pacheco has already had his best game of the season. It was against the Jets last week. And I like Saquon Barkley. I think he'll be back probably next week.
No.
You know I'm all over Barkley.
And Cortland Sutton runs like he's got a 2x4 shoved up his ass. And after today where he has one catch for -3 yards, I don't know that his value is going to be as high when he gets lost in that sauce.
Nice. Patrick Holt. I just saw this. So apparently Matt Milano got farted off the sidelines. That sucks.
Ouch.
That's an unfortunate typo.
Yeah, how do you get farted off the sidelines in the middle of a game? That must be one of them new UK rules. When we play over there, we don't allow that.
Well, I mean, you've been eating beans on toast for a fucking week.
I fart in your general direction.
Oh, I don't know where. By the way, this douche flute, I have no idea where this came from.
Oh,
I may have found this in a garbage can somewhere. I don't know. I don't know.
He just picked it up at that Country Thunder thing last night and went, "Yeah, this is good." I like this flavor.
There's nicotine in it. I'm going to put it in my mouth.
Oh, God.
I did what any good redneck hillbilly Elton John wannabe would do. I found something on the ground, and I picked it up and put it in my mouth.
T's and P's for Jeremy and for Matt Milano. Yeah, that sucks. He got carted off during the Jaguars game. How's that going, by the way?
Jaguars were up 8-0 the last I looked.
Ah, okay. I'm sure it helped no one in fantasy football.
It's 11-0
11-0
after one.
At the end of the first quarter. Do you remember what Jeremy said? This has trap game written all over it.
Matthew Hoffman says
By the way,
it's official.
first quarter, Buffalo Bills, how many yards do you think they had? Total. They had a first down.
64.
29.
Eesh.
29, and I don't think any play went more than 9 yards.
Woo!
Gabe Davis, leading receiver at 9 whole yards for the Bills.
Sweet.
Matthew Hoffman says it's official. He's going to be heading back to North Carolina very soon.
Let's go.
Can't wait to catch a football Sunday with us. We can't wait for it either, Matthew.
Oh,
been a long time.
100%. Look forward to having him back for a football Sunday. Somebody asked me to do that, and I'm not going to lie. I had to get all of my energy balled up to get one of those out and not puke.
Yeah. Points for Gage Camplin, who says Jeremy looks like a hillbilly version of Elton John today.
That was what I was laughing at earlier. Don't you tempt me to wear a sequin jacket, because I'll totally fucking do it. I will get me a pair of sequin coveralls.
You got your
and leave one nip out.
I'm your huckleberry.
Gage Camplin says, hey, fellas, best dart throw today in a super chat.
Tutu Atwell. He's not really a dart.
He's not really a dart throw.
Jonnu
Smith.
I don't mind Jonnu Smith. The only real piece of the Falcons I want is Bijan Robinson, and I want a lot of him.
I love me Bijan Robinson.
I want a lot of him today.
And to get to Bijan Robinson, I need to play $2,900 Jonnu Smith, who's the leading receiver on the Falcons.
Did he mean to? That's my only problem with Jonnu Smith is, does he mean to do any of this shit? Or does he show up?
They forgot they had Kyle Pitts. They forgot him. I don't know. He's covered, so I'm going to throw it to this guy. They forgot he even played. I forgot he was in the league.
I was going to say Michael Wilson.
I love me some Michael Wilson.
Yeah, I don't hate that one. I don't hate that one in the least. Who's Arizona play today?
Cincinnati.
Ooh. Yeah. You could do way worse than Michael Wilson.
Get you some Michael Wilson.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I'm going to enter that right
That's
now.
Probably my favorite cheapie.
Yeah, he's $3,700.
Yeah.
You going back to the well on Nick Westbrook Akina this week?
No.
I'm not either.
Nope. 1 week, that was all he got.
Yeah, lightning don't strike like that again. Let's see here. Devin Achane, excuse me, or Isaiah Pacheco?
A-Chain.
I would agree.
To me, by a lot. If you don't play him this week, I'm going to need you to explain to me why. He's 6,100 on DraftKings, and they're playing the damn Giants at home.
Mm-hmm. I mean, does this not play out to where they get ahead quickly?
Yes.
Right, and just coast.
Is Jeff Wilson back this week?
I don't think so. I could be wrong about that.
I think he was eligible to come off IR this week, but I don't think
he's still on IR.
He's still on IR.
Okay.
Won't practice Wednesday. Appears on track to remain out for Dolphins Week 5 against the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
That means you got Mostert, Achane, and I'm very high on Achane. Danny Finsfan said you can see the whole studio on my glasses. Well, if I take them off, you can see that my eyes look like I tried to have sexual relations with a kitty cat. And I'm allergic to those, and it blew my face up.
Jack S. wants to know, I guess we got to pick one of these in a PPR. Brees Hall, Zach Moss, Calvin's already started. Tank Dell in the PPR. Who you choosing?
Brees Hall.
Brees Hall.
Yes.
By a lot.
Yes, he said he finally got rid of Rashad White, and then he's apologizing to me, which I don't know why you're apologizing to me.
He hates Rachaad White.
I've been saying, stop it with the Rachaad White business.
Rachaad White could have literally rubbed his wiener on Tank's sister, and I don't think he would hate him any more than he actively does.
Nope.
Are we worried that we're cursing Breece Hall right now? Because every time we go hammered on someone.
Absolutely.
Well, this is where he got hurt last year. Knock on wood, that doesn't happen again.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I can't believe you said that out loud.
I mean, it's a piece of information.
Yeah, I get it.
It's a piece of information that people should have because it is a narrative. That's one of the reasons I love Breece Hall so much. He was on pace to have a day last year against the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
And this defense is exponentially worse than they were. And
yes,
you're the narrative guy. I'm not. But do you not find it funny that Nathaniel Hackett, this is his revenge week? This is where Breece Hall went down last year. And this is the week that they said, we're taking the reins off Breece. I could see him running for 200 freaking yards today. And Zach Wilson throws a grand total of 12 passes.
I'm off of Zach Wilson. I'm not taking that risk.
I'm not either.
I know a lot of people are high on Wilson after last week that he's going to continue to do that. No, they're going to run the ball.
They told you what they're going to do.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
I was looking for the other button, but I'm not going to lie. Oh, God, why is it so fucking bright in here? Oh, there it is.
Good Lord.
It fooled me. We can't get fooled again.
Yeah, that's Zach Wilson.
That's right.
Yeah, I've bought this enough times.
Rob Johnson wants us to rank some tight ends here. Jake Ferguson, George Kittle, Darren Waller. I mean, George is at the top.
100%.
And then it's Darren and Jake, right?
I
don't.
Talent-wise, it's Darren and Jake.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming you're asking me for this week.
For this week, it's not. Darren Waller will get targeted, but he's going to have 30 yards and 3 catches.
And this matchup just sucks. I'd have Jake Ferguson ahead of him.
And
by the way, I want to play no Cowboys. I want to play no 49ers because this game may end up 9-6. As long as it's 9-6 Dallas Cowboys, I don't give a shit. Drunk Jeremy started clicking buttons again yesterday. By the way, thank you, Arizona Wildcats, for not making me have to blow people under a bridge. Because had you not covered against USC, I might have had to.
Yeah, that was going to be a bad day.
Yeah, you ever wake up and look at your betting slips and just go, I don't remember doing any of that. That was drunk Jeremy. I don't think sober Jeremy should have to pay for what drunk Jeremy did.
You ought not do that.
You ought not do that. I need to lock. You know, they talk about your spending limits and shit on DraftKings and all this other shit. There should be a breathalyzer on your phone where you have to go, I just blew a .24. I'm not allowed to bet no more.
Nope. I'm too drunk to bet.
Words of the late great Colonel Sanders, I'm too drunk to taste this fucking chicken.
Damn right. Back to the chat here.
Oh, God. People that don't drink any energy drinks, I'm convinced, are like Al-Qaeda. Because that hits in a way that I can't really explain to you.
Big Birds says Christian Watson, Tank Dell, or Drake London. You got to pick 1.5 PPR.
Okay, say them again.
Christian Watson, Tank Dell, Drake London. Pick one of them and a half PPR. I'm on Watson.
Dell.
It's definitely not Drake London.
No.
I will go Tank Dell. I think he has a bounce back week. I'm playing him a lot in DraftKings today.
Not ready to trust Christian Watson?
It's not that I'm not ready to trust him. I look at that game and just go, I know there's a possibility that this turns into a track meet. It's been a really popular season long, hey, get all your Raiders, get all your Packers into I mean, the fucking Vegas line's 44.5.
Mm-hmm.
That's half a point lower than Cowboys 49ers, and I'm not sure anybody sees a fucking end zone. So it's really more that. I could see that being one of the gross fest games of the week, and it ends up 17-14, and your touchdowns go to Hunter Renfrow, Zamir White, Jaden Reed, and Mercedes fucking Lewis.
Yeah.
He plays for the Bears. That's why that would be really ironic. He somehow shows up, plays his second game of the week for the Packers, and scores a touchdown.
Right.
I want nothing to do with that game.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Tank Dell.
Okay. All right. Y'all are going Tank Dell. I'd say Christian Watson on that one, but you know me. I'm playing anybody against the Raiders. So.
You missed a couple questions. Kelvin Joyner said, I take it Zach Moss season is over. Correct. You can play him for one more week because he might still get some mop-up shit today.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as that's over, as soon as that the final seconds wind down today, just bye-bye.
Yep.
I am still dumbfounded that they got that deal done. How does that work? Like, how did that negotiation go? We don't want to pay you big money. Well, I don't want you to pay me big money. Or, fuck you. There's all the money. I just wrote the check.
Yeah.
I got that alert yesterday.
No choice.
I got that alert. Yeah, you totally had a choice. I got that alert yesterday and went, I'm not drunk yet. But I know every one of those words, and they don't make sense in that order.
Yep. Yeah, I was surprised by that as well, but anywho.
Danny Finsfan asked if we're playing Jonathan Taylor at DFS.
Are you playing that today? I'm not.
Nope. I'm not.
It's never going to be as cheap as it is today.
That's true. I mean, he's what, 6,000?
68.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and here's the thing. Who are they playing?
Tennessee.
There you go.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's a tough
run
matchup.
defense, yeah.
He's going to be low owned. If you want a hell of a narrative of I'm going to come back and give everybody the double birds, I've seen me do worse.
Yeah. Does he get the tote, though? Do they go full on, here you go, or do they ease him back in?
I don't know. I mean, and here's the thing. If we did know, he would be a hell of a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
So.
In that price range, I'd rather Joe Mixon.
I agree.
A-Chan.
I agree.
I would rather A-Chan. I can't go Joe Mixon.
Why not? I mean, if Joe's been bad, right, I would think that at some point they're going to lean more on him.
Well, you also have to remember there is absolutely nothing about Joe Burrow that takes the top off of defense. So I got Dennis Garbecki or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
That's still trying to get his father to tell him he loves him and he's proud of him. That's going to be coming through there just trying to decapitate Joe Mixon. I'm good.
He's good. He does have a mean streak.
100%. He plays like his dad's not going to feed him if he doesn't have 10 tackles in this game.
He does. He's got a lot of that Butkus in him. Been watching a lot of those tapes, all those tribute tapes this week, and we really did. We really did lose a great one.
I can't believe we had to sacrifice an actual living legend for the Bears to win a game, though.
I saw him post that on Twitter, and
That's beautiful.
I'm going to like that, and then I'm going to step away from it.
That's beautiful. I love it.
I mean, people expect me to like shit. It's.
I'm just saying, if you're a Bears legend, Jay Cutler, just watch out because they need wins.
By the way, Jay Cutler, he's doing just fine. Have you seen his new little filly?
Mm-mm.
Holy shit!
Jay Cutler was never not doing fine.
Smoking Joe is doing just fine.
He's never not been doing
In the words of Brian Hayes, you wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers. Good Lord.
Let's get Kelvin Joyner's question in here. Ayuk or Nakua?
Puka Nakua. I hate everything Cowboy 49er. Because I don't see a way there's a lot of points scored there. Do either of you? I mean, am I out on an island on this? Those are two really good defenses and two super mediocre quarterbacks.
Define a bunch of points. Like,
does anybody get to 20?
Yes.
I disagree with you vehemently, and so does Vegas.
Really?
Do you remember that thing I told you about how much money is on the over? It's not even enough to register in the software I use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. People like me are hammering this number because the number doesn't make any sense. This should be 38. That's about as low as you'll ever see in the NFL over-under. That's where this should be.
Yeah.
And you're catching 6.5 more points. To me, that's the layup of the day.
I love Ayuk, but it's Nakua out of those two.
I agree.
Today. Any other day, it's Ayuk for me, to be honest.
I have two member milestone chats from 23-month members of the House of Reprehensibles.
I'm your huckleberry.
First one is Stephen Towle. He asked how happy I am about Miami's fuck-up. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know about it until about 10 minutes before the show started, because when I say I watched virtually no college football yesterday, I watched the first maybe 5 minutes of the third quarter, OU, Texas, Maryland, Ohio State. And then we were on the road to Bristol. I had my phone, and I was seeing some things, but I wasn't watching it. So
you missed a good day.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a lot of shots at Miami tomorrow, just
as you should,
because I despise Miami.
Yeah,
and watching them suffer makes me laugh.
I just don't see how you do that. I just don't see how you've driven the ball 5.5 fucking minutes, right? And one more play, one kneel down. You got 30 seconds left on the clock. The play clock is longer than that. Take the knee. And if you don't know what happened, he didn't take the knee. They ran the ball. He fumbled, and in 2 fucking plays, Georgia Tech scores the game-winning touchdown. It was hard to watch.
It wouldn't have been for me. I sat back like the $1 Million Man, just laughing my ass off.
Oh, it's hilarious because, we hate everything Florida in the ACC. So.
And the other member milestone chat
I'm your
was from
huckleberry.
Eric Miller. He asked how was Jelly Roll. He's going Thursday. I actually have a pair of tickets to that show if anybody would like them.
Mm-hmm.
So send me a message, because I originally got tickets to that one, and then I realized, wait, that's on a Thursday in another city, and I don't want to feel like this on a Friday.
Yeah.
Because that's our.
I guess Miami didn't watch that Bears Cardinals game with Denny Greene.
Yes, they are who we thought they were.
When it was Edgerrin James running up, trying to run it up, and a little. Thank you.
But to answer your question, Eric Miller, Jelly Roll was fantastic. He is awesome live, and he does a lot of he does the. I call it Luke Combsing, where your show is almost like a story. And so you're explaining some of these songs as you, like, in between them. And his story is fucking fantastic.
Interesting.
If you haven't seen the doc on him.
Has the subject of Halloween costumes come up in your household yet, Jeremy?
It has come up. I'm very curious as to what you're about to ask me here.
Because me and my wife were talking yesterday, and we have decided that this year you guys should go as Jelly Roll and his wife.
And Bunny?
Yeah.
Well, how do I say this nicely? I have the ability to look white trash fabulous. And my wife is stacked like a Vegas casino.
Uh-huh.
So I believe we could pull that one off.
Thank you. That was my thinking as well. And the rest of you, if you get to see that costume, you're welcome.
And I'm just going to say this because I know she's asleep and she's not going to hear what I'm going to say. My wife makes more people question their sexuality than any person I've ever met in my entire life. I watched this last night for 2 solid hours. There was a girl standing beside us at Jelly Roll that is questioning her entire life today. Not because of anything Amy did. She's just that hot. And take shit on himself.
He said it. He said it.
He
said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah. I have never seen somebody that Stephen Townsend. He's not wrong. I've seen it 100%.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
There are more people that just, I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
Oh, good Lord. That was good. That was good. Let's see here.
She gets so embarrassed when I say that, but I know she's asleep, so she didn't hear it. Because she felt like I did when I left. And now she's going to pop up in the chat, and I'm going to get stabbed when I get home.
Here's a trade question. Big Bird says he's got Swift, Achane, Bijan, Barkley, Charbonnet, and Algier. Which one does he move for a wide receiver? Because he's got Puka and T. Higgins as his 1 and 2.
There is nothing you could give me for Bijan Robinson.
That's a hard no.
I'm not going to move Achane. I'll be honest with you. It's probably Saquon Barkley. If you get somebody that still really believes in him.
Yeah.
The only thing is I feel like if you lob it out there that I'm willing to trade Saquon Barkley, you're going to get – I call these Zach Hurst trade offers where you want to trade Saquon Barkley? Awesome.
AJ Greene.
Yeah, Tank once traded Christian McCaffrey for AJ Greene.
To Zach Hurst.
Yeah. The week before he had 200 and something yards in his rookie year. Yeah. And I just feel like you're going to get – I'll trade Saquon Barkley for a receiver, and somebody's going to send you, I'll give you Odell Beckham Jr. Awesome. Thanks for that. Aren't you glad when people send you trade offers and you're like, how stupid do you think I am?
Why'd you do that? So Barkley is the one to come off of there.
Barkley would be the one. I would say Swift is probably the 2.
That's where I was leaning, but I don't know what you can get for Swift at this point.
Swift, you probably get something pretty significant because he's been so good.
Mm-hmm.
But there is an injury risk. There's an injury history. I keep waiting for my phone to go off. I'm like, oh, awesome. I'm going to get stabbed when I get home.
You were listening to that. Alex S. says, would y'all play Cup this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
On DraftKings, he makes me a little nervous because you're not getting not nary a discount on him.
Not one.
I mean, at most, you're catching $500 in discount.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is Bradbury plays in the slot a lot, and that's probably who's going to be on Cup.
Yep.
I'm telling you, you're all going to tell me I'm nuts because there's 2 really good receivers on that team, and then there's a third one that nobody ever talks about. He's going to get Josh Jobe. And those safeties are not particularly good, and they're going to have to deal with Tyler Higbee.
Yep.
Or he'll have 10 catches for 80 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah. He also says, why is Jacksonville kicking Buffalo's ass right now?
It's called a trap game.
Yeah, 11-0 in the second quarter. I wouldn't say that's necessarily getting your ass kicked.
It is when you really dive into the stats and realize that the Buffalo Bills have 54 yards and 2 first downs.
Okay, all right. Well, there you go.
The thing that would be unsettling to me if I was a Jaguar fan, why are we only up 11-0? Because I feel like we should be up a mess. Got another one of these.
I'm your huckleberry.
For my buddy Gage Camplin, best DFS strategies, quarterback, wide receiver, combo, dart throws. Look, this week to me is just don't overthink this shit. You always want to stack a quarterback and a receiver. I love Matthew Stafford with Tutu Atwell and Tyler Higbee because it's cheap. Those are 2 pieces that I really think will do well today because I think Philadelphia and the Rams are going to be close. Do either of you have another stack you really like? Receiver, quarterback?
Yeah, you're gonna hate it though.
Is it C.J. Stroud?
It's not.
Tank said that, and I'll go ahead and tell you, I hate that one a lot.
No, it's not that. I am back on my MVP Cousins train here. I think Kansas City and Minnesota is going to go big. So I'm not stacking Jefferson because he's $9,300. Although he'll get the ball. I will go Kirk and Addison with Hawk. Can't get away from Hawk today.
He burned me last week.
Yeah, he burned you every week.
I mean, he Taco Bell burned me last week.
Actually, he did in the beginning, and then he came back and I still cashed. I thought it was done. I thought it was I threw it, stopped watching, and then I went and I looked and it was like, oh, you won. And I was like, shit.
I still cashed, but it could have been so much better because I hit so many things last week, right?
Yeah. It's, if you're going to go cheap receiver, if you need a cheap receiver, Addison's 5,300. I think that game is a lot more. I think that Minnesota needs that game. I think Kirk needs that game. I don't think anything in Kansas City is overly terrifying from a secondary perspective. They'll get after Cousins, so I'm not touching anything on the ground. I think it's just going to be a good old-fashioned, let's throw the ball 1 billion yards. And I don't know who's getting it on the Kansas City side. People are going to say Kelsey. I don't think so. He'll get some. He'll always get catch.
Kelsey will get anything he wants.
MVS.
That's
your
probably,
dart throw.
That's probably who it is this week.
Right.
Hey, who's the shittiest receiver they have?
MVS got loose for 2 tutties. Woo!
And that helped no one.
Yeah. CJ Stroud, I keep looking at that and going, I don't believe in Atlanta. And
I do more than you do.
Yeah, I know you do. You have.
CJ Stroud's my quarterback 18 this week.
18?
Yeah.
Wow.
I hate this matchup for him. The same thing I said about the Buffalo Bills is the same thing I'm going to say about the Houston Texans. You are a young team that has had your dingus stroked all week long. This screams to me, hey, we're going to come in and get the absolute hell beaten out of us by the Atlanta Falcons. I have so far been right on the Buffalo Bills, and I think I will be right on the Houston Texans as well. I'm not saying the Falcons are better. I'm not saying we shouldn't believe in the Texans. Young team has no experience with being good.
None.
And now you've won 2 games in a row that nobody saw coming. Almost invariably, you come out and drop a grumper that 3rd week.
Yep.
That's probably the game I am the most invested in today. That and the under in Dallas and San Francisco.
Oh, just betting the spread?
Yes.
Okay. I got you. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably one of those things. One of those hunches that I have that I look back on and go, yeah, it sucks.
He's $6,000. Just play Matt Stafford and be right.
Bingo. And save the $400.
Just don't tell me you've got a line with Daniel Jones in it or something.
I got one with Blaine Gabbert because I think Mahomes could sit at halftime.
Yeah. Me and my Josh Dobbs line are really going hard. Although now that I was
about to say, of all the people you could have said right there, Josh Dobbs is probably the one that I'm going, I've seen me do stupider shit.
I might have to throw a dart throw at a Josh Dobbs, Michael Wilson line.
I've seen me do dumber things.
Did we touch on all of the things here?
No. Rob Johnson said he missed an 8-leg parlay by Kentucky plus 14.5. Yeah, that didn't go well. No. I had that one too.
Yeah, that didn't go your way.
I missed a lot of things yesterday in the last 45 seconds of games. And you know how I know that?
Except for that one.
and you know how I know that? Because I kept looking at my phone going, oh, yeah, I'm good. And then I was not good.
Yep. Yeah, that whole, hey, where's dominant Georgia at?
Found it.
I found them. They finally rolled around. Let's see. Danny Fan says this is for Tank. How about them Phillies? Yeah, that wasn't great. The Braves suck again in the NLDS. Let's hope that that's just a 1-game blip. Zay Flowers, Nico Collins, Kyron Williams. Pick 2 of those for DC Justice.
Love Zay Flowers today.
Big time.
I'll go Kyron Williams.
I'll agree.
Nico gets A.J. Terrell.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm on Tank Dell this week.
I love Tank Dell. Love him. You know why? Because he shat upon people last week.
Yes.
When you get grumper game from good player that we have told you should play them, you should really go back to that well the next week because they're going to manufacture touches for him. And with Nico getting the level of coverage he's going to get, I don't think you're going to see some big Damian Pierce game. And I don't think you're going to see some big Robert Woods game.
No.
Well, who's that leave? It's either Dalton Schultz or Tank Dell.
Bingo. Stephen Tao says Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky are the exact same price.
Correct.
Yep.
And you should play neither of them.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You skipped Alex S. Kyron Williams, Damian Pierce,
my bad.
DeAndre Swift. Pick one.
Say it again.
Kyron Williams,
Pierce Swift,
Damian Pierce, DeAndre Swift.
Swift.
I have to look at my rankings on this one.
I am torn between Pierce and Williams on this, and I think it's Williams. I think. Part of me really wants to say Damian Pierce, but I can't get there.
I can't get there with Damian Pierce. Kyron Williams and Swift are close, but I'll go DeAndre Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Matchup's not great for either one of them.
Yeah, I was going to say, but I just can't see Kyron Williams getting much. Those little cheapy touchdowns that he's been getting, I don't know if you're going to get that close.
You want to hear a fighting Josh Dobbs line?
Oh, this should be good.
I put it in the chat already. Josh Dobbs, Dave Montgomery, Bijan Robinson, Tutu Atwell, Michael Wilson, Justin Jefferson, Zach Ertz, Breece Hall, and the New York Jets defense.
That is that is a hell of a cash game lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And usually I don't say that because there's volatility with Ertz and there's volatility with Dobbs. They're both safe to not throw a zero.
Yep.
That has cash game written all over. If you're playing in a 50-50 or something like that. Double up. Chuck that lineup in there and just take the money. Because this is a week I hate virtually everything cheap.
Yeah.
I do. I hate damn near everything cheap. The only thing I would change about the lineup that he just fired out there is if you think Arizona's going to score that many points, I would almost have to have something from Cincinnati. And I genuinely feel like it's Jamar Chase. I would probably play Chase instead of Jefferson.
And you can flip-flop that you have all the money with Jefferson. Literally all the money. So
I don't really like targeting the number one receiver against Kansas City. Because they have one corner that can really not deal with it. Nobody can deal with him. It's just to pay that price, he's got to be awesome. And I don't know that that's going to happen.
Let's see here.
Because McDuffie's probably going to be on him.
Yeah, I would say so.
How many corners in the NFL have been higher rated than Trent McDuffie this year?
6.
Too high.
4.
Also too high.
2?
He is number 2.
Wow.
He is number 2.
Who's one?
Stop. Isaac Yiadom.
Excuse me?
This plays for the Saints. Wow. He has been good. Good God.
Interesting.
He's only played 2 weeks, but he's been real good.
Big Bird says his Eagles are getting in that soft zone. He thinks that Puka's going to eat today. Which
Puka could eat. I think in that soft zone, it'll be Cooper Kupp that eats. I also don't know that you're going to see that as. I like that game to be close for a really long time. But I felt worse about that as time has gone on.
Danny Fan says he loves the Goff Laporta stack today.
I've seen
feel
me
like
do
he
worse.
could do worse. Yeah. Is Saquon Barkley going to go today? No. They have ruled him out officially.
It's not official, but he'll be on inactives here in 45 minutes.
Yeah. Not trending that way.
I don't think he has officially been ruled out. He is questionable as of right now, but is not expected to play.
All right,
That came out real early this morning.
Laura and Jim Cooperman would like to know they need 2 of these. Jaleel McLaughlin, Jalen Warren, Tank Dell.
Tank Dell's is definitely one. I would go Jalen Warren.
I would agree.
I don't like anything Denver Broncos today because I genuinely think the New York Jets are going to beat the brains out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Are you playing Jets defense everywhere, Jeremy?
Yep.
100%?
I have 100% exposure to the New York Jets defense.
Same.
Terrible offensive line.
Yeah.
Quarterback who has not made as bad of a decisions this year. Gonna get behind. It's just everything sets up appropriately.
No.
And Robert Saleh he's a very machismo kind of guy. And you came after my guy, and now I'm going to hurt your damn feelings. Yeah. And I feel like I feel like with DJ Reed out, people are going to think, oh, the Jets are vulnerable on that side. No, they're not. Especially when I heard Michael Carter is going to be the one that plays on the outside. Usually he plays in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
Does not appear that's the way that's going to go. Does make me nervous that we're going to have a Bryce Hall sighting, and he sucks.
Alex S. Yes, Michael Wilson is worth picking up.
No doubt.
Should have already got him.
Do that.
On waiver day. Stephen Tao says Zach and Garrett Wilson in a lineup. Are you going Zach Wilson?
I'm not doing it, but I understand why you are. I would rather go Brees Hall. I think Garrett Wilson's going to get Pat Surtain.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm, no.
Tyler Conklin. Put him in your lineup.
Yeah, Tank has already put the kiss of death on him.
I did.
So Tyler Conklin probably doesn't even make it to the stadium today.
How could you, Tank? How could you?
I know. Let's see here. Thoughts on Stafford, Robinson, Montgomery, Dell, Brown, Atwell, Higbee, Hall, and the Tennessee defense.
That is 7 of the 9 members of my DraftKings lineup.
That looks
my big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's see here. Nakua or Ayuk. We already answered that, didn't we?
No, yep. Well, for a different person.
Oh, okay.
I'll go Nakua.
Still going Nakua.
Yeah.
And she's starting Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Joe Mixon, and started Brian Robinson. Damn, you draft well.
JT Money, thank you. Smash the like button, or else you'll get fined. Let's see. What?
Stone Sports Podcast.
What did he say? Playing against DJ Moore this week. Start 1 Vaseline. Vaseline, a Astroglide, or hemorrhoid and fissure ointment. Nice. Yeah. You take all of that, DJ Moore. Ugh. This is somebody post up the clip from the league where the little squirrely guy, I can't remember his name. Ruxin, yeah, was talking about this guy comes out of nowhere with drops a 40 burger on me. I hope he gets mouth cancer.
And by the way, Stone Sports Podcast, my question is coconut oil available at waivers? Because if it is, that's the route you go.
That's the path to righteousness.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm. Don't ask how he knows that. Get your fantasy questions in, and we will be answering them all throughout the morning here until we get up to the 12 o'clock hour.
Yeah, we're going to get to noon, and then Jeremy's going to go lay his big, fat head down and probably keep these sunglasses on all day long.
All day long. Just sitting in his undies.
Oh.
Tugging on his douche flute.
That he got out of a trash can.
I think he did. I think you found that in the porta potty, didn't you?
I actually think I think somebody traded. This was brand new, and they opened the package, and I went, "Oh, that's a nifty looking little device." And they realized, "Oh wait, this is menthol," and I had a non-menthol one, and we went there.
Tradesies.
Because your mouth hasn't been on that, and my mouth has been on this, but that doesn't mean shit to me.
They were willing to take the sacrifice. So.
Which is weird. You're not done that, deep boy.
So that was never in someone else's mouth.
Correct.
As far as you know.
I didn't realize that until I read the package.
Because I'll be honest with you, the outside of it looks like it's been beaten with a sack of nickels or something.
That's how it's made.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you know it's good.
Yeah, contoured for her pleasure. Let's go. 11-0.
Ribbed,
still.
I believe is the word you were looking for.
McRibbed for her pleasure.
Yeah, McRib coming back. Let's go.
Still 11-0 Jaguars on top of the Buffalo Bills. Zay Jones caught the touchdown, so that
But
helps
Buffalo
nobody.
does have the ball on the 25-yard line.
That they do. Brandon McManus with the field goal. So, yay. Fantasy stuff. I thank God I didn't have anything from that Jacksonville game.
Danny Finsfan said
Season
we
long.
skipped his last DFS question, but I can't find it. So,
Type it again. Just put it back in.
yeah, I'm not. See, I've scrolled all the way through.
Yeah, I don't see it either. Anyhow.
So you ask her again, we'll answer it because I am not seeing it.
That's right. Throw that out there. So
Gage Camplin said Hall at 5,400. Am I missing something? Well, they won't give him or up until now, they wouldn't give him the damn ball.
Mm-hmm. And I guess the pricing had to come out before the statement.
Yes. And the statement wouldn't change anything because it's an algorithm. Touchdown,
gotcha.
Stephon Diggs.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, Jacksonville, awesome. You beat the shit out of Buffalo for 28 minutes, and you're going to have a 3-point lead going in halftime.
Yep. How much you paying or are you paying for Pat Mahomes today? Because I've found myself doing it a couple of times.
I don't mind it. I mean, it's 8,200, which is super expensive.
It is, but I feel like there's so much value elsewhere. It allows you to do that.
Well, my problem with Mahomes is he hasn't had that Mahomesy game yet.
Which doesn't that make you like it more?
Not really.
Really?
No.
Because at some point that game's coming.
You think? You would think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how he's going to pay off that price tag. Because at 8,200, he damn near has to score 32 points if you're playing him in a tournament. He hadn't come close to that yet. So for me, I'd rather go cheap and go Matthew Stafford. Mm-hmm. I'll take my 20, and I'll full Ingles, low prices, love the savings somewhere else.
Okay. All right. Tua, what do you feel about him today?
I don't. If I'm gonna pay up for a quarterback, it's probably Tua.
Yeah,
because he's a little over 1,000 less than Pat Mahomes, and I have seen him have that game. And he really loves doing it at home, by the way.
So I have this weird feeling that they're going to get up big, and it's going to be on the running backs. Which is why Achan's a great play today.
Could be.
I think Tua might even get some downtime.
It very well could be.
Yep. What about an Anthony Richardson, Michael Pittman stack?
Yeah, I'm good.
No?
Yeah, I'm
good on
good
that?
on that.
How many
I'm
draws
good there.
from Jeremy's douche flute did you take to come up with that?
I'm just asking the question. The Tennessee Titans,
I know.
You think they're going to be able to shut down Indianapolis?
No, I just don't like that stack.
I don't either.
I mean,
I think if you're gonna pay down for a quarterback, pay for Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, Pete Message.
Oh, I love when I find the lineup I want, and I just go, and we're done. No more tinker time.
Just locking it down, huh?
Yep. I found a way to get I found a way to get Zay Flowers in, which is what I've been trying to do all damn morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I found it, and now I'm done.
Matthew Hoffman wants to know what we feel about Chris Olave today.
I am in like with him. because with no Christian Gonzalez, I don't know that there's anybody that can deal with him.
Yeah.
I don't like that game. I don't really want any piece of that game.
You think that's a 10-7 grossness?
I kind of do. I mean, it might be higher scoring than that, but I don't see shootout.
Is the weather still terrible up there in New England?
It's a good question.
Because I think most of the northeastern games that I saw yesterday had terrible weather.
That's in a dome. Chance of thunderstorms in the Dolphins game. You got high winds in New England, in Pittsburgh. Other than that, you're not. And there's a very slight chance of rain tonight. 49ers, Cowboys.
Oh, okay. All right. So you said high winds for New Orleans.
I mean, 15 mile an hour sustained.
Yeah.
So just something to know. That doesn't really take me off anything.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So staying away from that game.
Buffalo better figure out how to you better figure out how to play defense to some level.
Nope, not going to happen.
Because Trevor Lawrence is just cutting them in pieces.
Yep.
Yeah, you remember how I said Buffalo scored?
Yeah.
Jacksonville's already to the 35-yard line and taken 20-yard line.
Yeah.
And taken a grand total of 31 seconds off the clock.
Mm-hmm. Wow, down in the red zone already. That's not good. Not good if you're a Buffalo Bills fan. So Olave today, everybody staying away from that?
I just don't think you have to. I mean, if you've got him in season long, I get it. On DraftKings, I just don't think you have to.
Soaring Eagle.
I think there are better solutions.
Okay. Soaring Eagle
Sure.
has a tight end question here. Does he go Hunter Henry or Jake Ferguson today? Those are the only two options he has.
Jake Ferguson.
Ferguson against San Francisco? Do you agree, Armchair?
If I had to, I guess.
He's like, I guess.
So, look, Hunter Henry won't get you a 0, but he's not going to get you a 40.
Yeah.
Probably catch 2 or 3 passes.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on if Mac's upright or if he's throwing the ball to his teammates on the other side, aka the defense.
Yeah, which I don't know how upright he's going to be.
We'll see.
Zay Flowers, that's a play. Matthew Hoffman.
Yes.
If you're playing in the early slate, how many Dolphins do you have to have? I'm looking at the slate, and that's a lot.
Playing only 1 o'clock games?
Mm-hmm. This slate sucks. I mean, it
does.
It really sucks. I didn't realize how much it sucked until I got into I don't even want to play. I don't even know why I'm still looking at that. Just go away from it.
There's no fun here. None. No fun.
I also have a NASCAR ticket for some fucking reason. Don't know why you gave me.
We all got a free one, I guess. I got one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, guess what? I'm gonna play it, not knowing not nary a damn thing, because I hadn't watched NASCAR all year long.
Tyler Reddick. There you go. There's your free space on the board.
Did you mean that?
Mm-hmm.
Is he like good?
He's good at that track.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's on the pole as well.
Who's the cheapest that I should have?
The cheapest?
Yeah, I need a cheapest.
What
What track are they even at?
They're at the Roval, Bank of America.
Oh, Brad Keselowski.
Yep. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
You come for fantasy football, but you stay for the NASCAR.
Yeah,
that's
right. You stay for the NASCAR. He's like, what's your NASCAR lineup? Hang on. I'll tell you what my NASCAR lineup is. Get out of that.
Boop. I'll tell you what, mine's Reddick, Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, Bubba Wallace, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman. End of message, repeat the line. And that's all the NASCAR we're going to talk about
That's
today.
good.
I mean, minus Tank giving his.
I went Reddick, Busch, Busher, Blaney, Eric Jones, and Ryan Preece.
Indeed.
Yeah, Ryan Preece. I think I looked at he's got like, I don't know, like 10 top 10 finishes.
You want to put a board bet on who finishes higher in NASCAR today?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Let's do that.
That'd be fun. Let's write that down.
Oh, I just remembered I have to stop at the damn grocery store to get stuff for chili. I forgot.
I knew it was time.
All about that.
I knew it was time.
Oh, yeah, I'm not leaving my house. My head hurts in a way that if I find Tylenol in this building, I'm going to take 8 of them.
Yep. Stephen Tao went Bush, Harvick, Keselowski, Larson, Logano, and Stenhouse. That's not bad.
Sounds better than mine.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Those definitely sound like NASCAR drivers.
Do what?
They definitely sound like NASCAR drivers.
You don't NASCAR at all, do you, Armchair?
No, not my thing. I'll do a little bit of F1 now and then. I don't mind that they go real fast, and I appreciate it. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Damn, Trevor Lawrence fumbled at the 22-yard line.
Oh.
Halftime.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, shoot.
Didn't mean to do that, did you? Yikes. 11-7. Kind of makes me glad I'm not watching it. All right, we kind of went over the quarterbacks there. Are you paying up for any of the top running backs?
No, I'm not really paying up for hardly anybody today.
It is a very value slate.
I mean, I don't even know if it's a value slate. There's just a bunch of guys that are mispriced. Like Zay Flowers is too cheap. Tutu Atwell's too cheap. Tank Dell's too cheap. Travis Kelce, to me, is too cheap for the matchup he's getting.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Achane, I'm not sure how you don't play him. I mean, last week he had, 9 touches total?
Mm-hmm.
Nope, 11. 11, and he had 30. So, do I think the good times are going to keep rolling there? Not really. But his price went up $400.
Right. And the guy
which is
scored,
dumb.
7 touchdowns in the last 3 weeks or some shit like that?
He has 80-something. I think he has 81 and a half DraftKings points in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Bijan.
I like Bijan a lot.
Is the only
I like Bijan a lot.
top price guy that I've gotten in to lineups.
I don't mind Jonathan Taylor if you want to be a little contrarian. Joe Mixon gets in a good matchup, quote unquote. Other than that, I'm living in that mid tier with David Montgomery and Breece Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Breece Hall to me is a free spot on the wheel.
that's a no doubt hammer.
Matt Hoffman asked how we feel about Zay Flowers. Here's how much I love Zay Flowers today. I spent the better part of 2 hours with a throbbing headache, rearranging deck chairs and doing math to figure out how to get him in my lineup, and I finally did it. Cost me Bijan Robinson, but I finally got there.
Where are the where's the list of all the guys that we've done in the Eliminator? Are we keeping track of that?
Mm-hmm. We're not. Michael Meadows is, because he's a good one.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Love that guy.
Is that on the Discord somewhere?
It can be.
I was just curious.
I don't think
I haven't
anybody
at all.
outside of me has used anybody more than once.
Yeah. I haven't looked at all, and I just keep guessing. I don't think I've used that guy.
The bots are here.
Yay!
Oh, we got bots. Let's go. NFL Week 5 all game live. Get out of here.
Yeah, Stone Sports Podcast. David Montgomery at Carolina. No Jahmyr Gibbs. 100%.
Love it.
You missed Gage asking about Jonnu Smith or Matt Laporta.
Sam Laporta.
Oh, Sam Laporta.
Sam Laporta, sorry.
Depends. Gage seems to be asking questions about DraftKings, which I definitely think has there is a merit to Jonnu Smith is cheap.
Yes.
Cheap.
Jonnu's a dart throw, and he is the leading receiver on that team. I don't know how long that lasts.
Mm-hmm.
And Laporta's got a so-so matchup.
the matchup doesn't look great on paper, but it's also taken into account for me the fact that there is no Gibbs, that there is no Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's just somebody's going to get the points there for the Lions, and I think it's going to be Laporta, because I'm really looking at him now as I'm not sure there's too many people in this league that could stop him.
You just said something that I think we should hammer in on a little bit while Jeremy's trying to recover here.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get the points. Are they a lot of points, though? Because I can tell you guys who are going to get points. I can tell you lots of guys who are going to score points today.
Right.
But I think the trick is finding the guys that – so Laporta gets the points. Sure. Montgomery's going to get points. I love Montgomery today. Is he going to get a lot of points, though? If he's the only target, are they throwing the ball a lot, or are they just running it down the throat?
Yeah. And they will do their fair share of running. There's no doubt about that.
I'm not against Laporta by any stretch. I'm just saying, be careful trying to get the points. You want to get the most points.
Yeah.
More points than the other men.
100%. I don't think Detroit's going to score enough to really justify having multiple guys.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's David Montgomery. End of message. Repeat the line.
Right.
I mean, if they're going to give him the ball 30-some-odd times, Craig Reynolds will get a little bit of tote, but I don't think it's going to be enough to matter.
Mm-hmm. All right. Fair enough.
Notorious B.I.G. said, sunglasses Flostro. Yep, that's because my eyes look like two pert buttholes underneath these sunglasses. Because I went and boot scooted last night with Jelly Roll and Eric Church.
Black Cats and Hurricanes is laying down the prediction here. Panthers upsetting the Lions today.
Well, I mean, we did this one time before. It didn't make any sense then.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense now.
That is true. What was that? That was the 200-yard Deontay Foreman game.
Yeah, that was the week that the Detroit Lions forgot how to stop the run.
Yeah. In the middle of a playoff run.
I don't feel like they're going to do that again.
No. I would imagine not. Let's see here. Tyjae Spears or A.J. Dillon?
Hey, there's my wife.
In a deep league. Tyjae Spears or A.J. Dillon in a deep league?
Oh God.
A.J. Dillon?
A.J. Dillon, and I don't feel good about it at all.
Really?
More
than Tyjae?
That's basically like asking me, I can punch in the face or I can kick in the dick. Which one's better? Neither one's going to be fun.
No. He must have had Austin Eckler.
That's entirely possible.
That's one of those.
Man, that's been an awesome number one pick so far, hasn't it?
God, it's been gross. It's been tough to deal with.
Hey, I was negative on Austin Eckler for, 4 years? Finally worked.
Yep.
Finally worked. Draft that feller nowhere, and eventually you will be right.
Let's see here. Matthew Hoffman goes Zach Wilson, Breece Hall, David Montgomery, Puka Nacua, Tank Dell, Zay Flowers, Jonnu Smith, Bijan Robinson, and the Jets defense.
Yeah, you know what I'm definitively learning about today? All of the Goodman in this chat, we're going to have DraftKings lineups that have 6 of the same 9 guys across the fucking board.
Yep.
This will be a fun week in the Eliminator where Meadows just has to go, well, you all use the same 6 core guys. So, Greene across the board.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Eliminator, I just pulled up the chart.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Holt is done with Michael Pittman. So he has played him all of the times he is physically allowed to. There are a couple more, but not many. Who is that? Sawdog is Eric Miller. Is that right?
Yeah.
He has played Josh Jacobs as many times as he can. And
so what happens if you put that guy in your lineup? You get a 0?
Automatic 0 in that spot.
All right.
Jahan Dotson, feeder of the fish, which is Michael Bailey, I think. He has used him as many times as he can. and Eric Bradley has used Justin Jefferson as many times as he can, which there's merit to that,
right?
Because he's been real motherfucking good,
right?
Everybody else is either yellow, green, or not been used,
right?
So those are the only you cannot play them.
Mm-hmm.
And after this week, I will put that up in the Discord every Tuesday.
Yep.
And I'm sending invites out on Sunday. You know why? You know why? Because when I send them out on Wednesday, I get 5 of you that go, hey, I forgot to put in my lineup at 1:02. And then I manually have to go back in and do that shit. And I don't want to. So, the invites went out at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Get them while they're hot.
Yep. Timothy O'Toole. I believe we answered this earlier, but maybe he's just joining us here. Tank Dell or Christian
It's
Watson?
going to be a common question today because Tank Dell was a pickup when Watson went down.
Yes.
I would play Tank Dell this week. I don't have a name for this theory, but when somebody shits on the entire industry like Tank Dell did last week, I love playing them the next week.
Mm-hmm.
In DraftKings, nobody will have them. And you got to think about the psychology here. The offensive staff in Houston has to be looking at Tank Dell going, man, we didn't get him involved enough last week. So what are you going to do? There's probably 5 plays scripted him the first 15.
Mm-hmm.
Then he gets hot, and you just force-feed him the ball.
I believe I would call that the Mike Williams rule, because I've done that with Mike Williams more times than I can count.
Yeah, Mike Williams is only a play when everybody hates him.
Yeah.
When everybody loves him, run like hell.
Justin Parton said that he was killed by injuries and bye weeks for the Tyjae Spears, A.J. Dillon, Rochambeau that he's having to go through today. We all get it. We've been there.
My wife was laughing at my shades.
Yes.
Because I'm on the struggle bus.
She knows.
I
she
feel
knows
like
where
shit.
Soaring Eagle, Trey Hendrickson, Harrison Phillips, or Nick Benito in that D lineman 2 spot. Let's go. Fucking IDP questions.
Trey Hendrickson. I don't mind Nick Benito this week, though. I must tell you, though, I think the Jets fixed their offensive line problems.
Mm-hmm.
With no Dwayne Brown, now Mekhi Becton's on the left, Vera Tucker's playing on the right, the rookie Tippmann's playing guard, McGovern's at center, and Laken Tomlinson's at the other guard. They were real damn good last week.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, that was against Kansas City, but that was Kansas City with Chris Jones, who was irrelevant.
That's why I would go. I think I would lean Trey Hendrickson on this.
That's where I would lean.
I mean,
I at least understand the merit. I at least understand the merit of why you're talking about playing Benito.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. In PPR, looking for a streaming quarterback, Zach Wilson, a Pittsburgh quarterback, or Russell Wilson.
If those are the only 3 options, Zach Wilson, and I don't feel good about it. Not nary one bit.
No. Is Kenny going to play or is Mitch going to play?
Kenny was, we'll have inactives in 13 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think Kenny's going to play. But
I do too.
I don't know.
I think that was the last thing I read was that they were leaning to Kenny. And if he's physically able to go, I see him hanging on to that spot. Start 2 for Jonah. Hopkins, Pickens, or Sutton? Hopkins and Pickens?
Yes.
I don't think I'm going Cortland Sutton.
If they're going to be able to throw it to anybody, I feel like Sutton will probably be the one that gets on the other side more often.
Yeah.
Okay.
And gets Michael Carter playing his first NFL game on the outside. So I don't love it. I'd go Hopkins and Sutton. I can't trust George Pickens with whatever the hell they're going to be doing at quarterback.
Yeah.
Because even as Kenny been getting first-team reps with Mitch all week. So it's gross, and I don't like it.
Yep. Ayuk or Tank Dell from Jackass?
You're going to tell me I'm crazy, but I'm going to say Tank Dell.
I'd agree.
I don't like anything Cowboy or 49er.
Stephen Tao says doesn't matter. Ravens by 10. I guess whatever we're talking about.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Nothing matters. Oh, Pittsburgh Steelers. I got what you're saying. Yeah. That is one of the games that I'm looking forward to the most today. Baltimore and Pittsburgh. I just feel like it's one of those games that we're gonna learn something. Can Pittsburgh bounce back? Or are the Ravens good?
The Ravens are
and
good.
Consistently
These
good.
games are always close, though.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. It'll be close.
Sorry, I'm looking at the uniform combos.
Okay.
It popped
Nothing
up on my
good.
screen, and I'm
Nothing
a
good.
big dumb animal that just.
I was gonna say, is there anything good?
The Broncos
Is
are
Denver
wearing that.
killing it?
The Broncos are wearing those snow-capped white with the big D.
Yeah.
And they're gonna get a
We
big
missed-
D right in their mouth. It's gonna have a jet logo on it.
How did we not know that was coming?
You should have, because I'm a child.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Everything pales into comparison from what we're going to be throwing out next week. Tampa Bay, let's go. Creamsicles are back next week. I mean, we're going to get absolutely dog walked by the Detroit Lions, but hell, it's gonna feel good because wearing the creamsicles, and it'll really feel like suck times are back.
Danny Finsfan asked if his questions are not coming through. If you have said anything since, what's your NASCAR lineup? Then no, they're not. I don't know why, but they're not.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the second time he's asked that. And
Mm-hmm.
if it's been there, we've read it. JT Money asked Stephen Towle, what's the overreaction when Pittsburgh punches you in the mouth and pulls out a win? It shouldn't even be surprising.
No.
That's how
Pittsburgh
those
Steelers
teams. That's
at
how
home.
those teams function.
Absolutely. Amy says Pittsburgh's going to lose because she's a positive fan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's her negativity with her team. I have rubbed off on her. She is now as cynical a Pittsburgh fan as I am cynical a Jets fan. It's a very negative house about 102 on
Well, I mean, I
Sundays.
feel like that's a lot of the Pittsburgh fan base right now. I mean, things are not going well, right?
This is garbage there.
Right.
What
The
do you
last
expect?
time you were on a roll,
Oh.
you failed in miserable fashion, right?
You know what they should have done? They should have signed Baker Mayfield.
Yes.
'Cause apparently he is
That'd have cured all ills. He could turn
He's
around a
the guy.
franchise. Yeah. He's a good-
franchise saving
Number-
Baker Mayfield.
Number 10 in the power rankings this week. You check that out. Let's go Sunday Night Football. Good God. I'm enjoying it, though, because they're building this up in the way that it's all going to come crashing down. It's going to break every heart in the building, and I'm all here for it. You know,
True internet, I suffered the pressure.
Yep.
That's what I hear anytime somebody says, "Oh, they're really, really good."
You know, I love a good dumpster fire. And I especially love the dumpster fires when they're my team.
Hey, trash burns bright. Just remember that.
Damn right. Why did you do that? Why
Well-
did you take the glasses off?
Well, because I'm not gonna lie, with those mirrored lenses, I can't see the buttons, and so I'm just hitting whatever I see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good Lord!
Wow.
Yikes!
We got an LB4 question. Alex Anzalone, Leighton Vander Esch with Wagner on bye.
Oh,
Leighton
Alex
Vander Esch.
Anzalone.
Ooh.
I'll go
I'll
Alex
go
Anzalone.
Anzalone.
Carolina.
Yeah.
They're going to try to run a lot, and it ain't going to work.
Okay.
Got to get them TFLs, bro. Got to get them TFLs.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, I may still be legally drunk, but I know football pretty good. Now, if you ask me what my Social Security number was right now, I'd have to think real fucking hard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be making chili where I'm just throwing shit in the pot. Like, hey, how much of that do I put in?
It's the
Fuck,
best
I
way
don't
to
know.
make chili.
Doesn't matter.
It's the
I don't
best
know.
way to make
If
chili.
you follow a recipe, you're doing it wrong.
I don't think I have a recipe.
Unless you're baking something. I feel like
I don't bake.
you don't follow a recipe.
I
You
don't
just
bake.
go, yep, that looks good. We'll do that.
Can I tell you a dirty little secret of our time switch? My favorite part of that is that I get to cook every night. I like to cook. I hear, but in the building we work in, what's for dinner is the biggest fuck up in virtually every relationship in the building. And Amy's not picky at all, obviously, because she married old pert butthole eyes here. So pickiness is not a thing with her.
Pert butthole.
Oh,
eyes.
pert butthole eyes. Oh, yeah, my eyes look awful. If a cop pulled me over right now, he'd be like, when did you have your last drink? On the way home last night, okay?
Right.
Oh, I think Tank has to piddle. You got inactives coming out in about 6 minutes. Armchair, do you have anybody we haven't talked about that you really want to get out there today?
Oh, let's take a look at the lineups. My exposure is very much exactly where we talked about. I don't have a lot of quarterbacks. 3 lineups.
I'm
Like
playing a lineup today. I am going full single entry Grand Pumbaa.
I do not have a lot of diversity today. Usually I've got like a couple of, throw a dart thrower here, but I am hammered where I'm hammered. And it's the only place I think you really can be. I've got a little bit of Joe Mixon. And I think that he has a chance, but I don't know where that goes.
I understand the thought. I don't with running backs today. Before you put your headset back on, there's another rain in there. What are the chances you can hand me that? Oh, thank God.
I worry that
It's rain.
that matchup with no Burrow throwing over the top. I know they can hone in on the run. Mixon's going to get the tote. They need to do something to win that game. Even if he only has 60 yards, he could have 2 touchdowns.
Yep. I fully agree.
You got a point.
I've wound up with him in my flex several times.
Well, Danny Finsfan sent me a Twitter DM. Let me get into
Twitter doesn't exist. It's called X.
I refuse to call it that.
I refuse to call it that as well.
I refuse to call it that.
Much like birds,
dumb.
it's not real.
It's not real.
Oh my God! Can we stop talking about Travis Kelce's social media growth?
Yep.
Nope.
That was the first
Can't
time
do
it ever came up, and I was good without hearing it.
He's gained 330,000 Instagram followers.
Of course he has.
Will delete him the minute he breaks up with her.
Absolutely.
Sure will.
And they'll burn all those jerseys.
And he's gonna.
They'll have public jersey burnings at the next
NFL
Eras tour.
The NFL doesn't care.
Oh,
they don't.
You know how much money they've made off free merch sales?
By the way, can we fucking stop with this whole Eras thing? Have you seen, like, everybody's doing Eras now. Like Taylor's been going through her she's not calling her tours anymore. Apparently it's Eras. And so now I'm seeing where other people are talking about other people's tours and calling those Eras. Those aren't Eras, people. You don't get an era for every fucking album you put out, okay? She irritates the fuck out of me. Just every bit of it.
I hate her face.
Just go away.
Okay, so I've got the lineup from Finn's fan, and it looks very similar to the other. I'm telling you, we're all going to have the same 6, 7 core guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I'm not sure how you don't play David Montgomery. I'm not sure how you don't play Breece Hall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how you don't play Tank Dell.
Mm-hmm.
I love Zay Flowers.
Mm-hmm.
I think Travis Kelce's a fucking layup today.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm paying up for any high-priced player today, it's Travis Kelce. Because Minnesota sucks.
I don't know. I got to do that armchair thing. Ever since Armchair said Justin Jefferson, I keep staring at that going, that might be a path. I need to do that.
I don't like him this week.
Really?
What else am I afraid of? I have one damn good corner. I'm not saying he'll stop him.
Right.
But think of how good he has to be to pay that off.
Mm-hmm.
You need 36 points from him in a tournament to pay that off.
Yeah.
Is he going to do that?
There's a chance.
I will lean to no.
There's a chance.
If there's anybody that can do it,
no doubt.
I think he's a guy that at least has. It's not like you're like looking at Cooper Kupp and going 8,600.
Okay.
Is he gonna?
Okay, let me ask this a different way. Yeah. Which do you find more likely? Tank Dell scores 20 or Justin Jefferson scores 36? And it's actually 30. It's actually not even 36, 38.
It's Tank Dell. If we're talking probabilities, it's Tank Dell.
And that's where I'm at.
The only thing that I'm saying, and this is the only reason I'm leaning that way is what you just said 3 minutes ago. How many of the same guys do we have?
Oh, a lot. And you've got to be contrarian somewhere.
There's got to be one guy that's going to score for you that nobody else is willing to take a flyer on. I'm going to, I don't have a lot of Jefferson. I don't know. Just like full disclosure, I have him in a couple of lineups, but not anything crazy. I have 23% Jefferson shares as opposed to like Tank Dell where I have 62. Like I am here. I get it. We're all at 6, 7 of the same guys, but you're going to have to find, if you're going to win a tournament, you want to win $1 million. You're not going to win it by playing the same 9 guys as everybody else. You'll split it. You got to find that one guy that's going to be the difference maker. And if that's Jefferson, great. You take a stab there. It could be Tank Dell. It could be Tutu Atwell, like Jeremy said. But if everybody's playing those guys, you got to find your one piece. Because this week is especially like that because who's off the Jets defense this week? I'm really curious to see Battle of the Belt when we look at who had the drafted percentage. How many people don't have Jets defense?
Mm-hmm.
So how many people don't have Stafford?
I'm looking at the PFF's ownership percentage. David Montgomery's 35%.
Yeah, it'll be closer to 40.
I don't know. I think in big tournaments it's going to be hard for some people to come off 6,600 for David Montgomery. I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong on that. That almost makes me want to flex him out. Because he's so I'm gonna do it. I know I'm gonna do it because there are too many running backs I like.
Mm-hmm.
He's the number 1 running back.
But he's so touchdown dependent.
I know.
He has to score touchdowns because he sucks donkey dicks yards per carry. For him to hit 100 yards, he is going to have 25 touches, bare minimum.
And
it may be more than that.
And he'll get them.
I don't know that he will.
Who are they going to give it to? Because Gibbs is out. And so
Gibbs is out.
Craig Reynolds.
Right. Are they going Craig Reynolds?
So, I mean, all right. So ask yourself this. They gave David Montgomery 1 billion carries against Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
That game was still in doubt going into the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Is this game with Carolina going to be in doubt?
No, probably
So
not.
if I believe in David Montgomery this much, why the fuck am I going to run him into the ground in a game that doesn't matter? It's already well in hand because I would say they're up 3 scores in the fourth quarter.
But are you in a position where you can just hand the game over to Craig Reynolds? Is that
they trust Craig Reynolds?
Because you can run the risk that way of a comeback or something.
They trust Craig Reynolds to a point.
Yes. I just don't know how much they're. I mean, it's one of those things that you look at last week. Okay, Green Bay. How many carries was it? 32 carries that they gave David Montgomery, and that was with a legitimate backup.
All right, here's my only argument. All right, he had 32 carries against Green Bay, which is swaying everybody.
Yes.
He needed 32 carries to score 37 points.
Mm-hmm.
He had 16 and 21 the first 2 weeks. He scored 26 or 26.8 combined. That's not paying off that salary. He has to score touchdowns.
I just moved him from a lineup and put in Jamar Chase instead.
I'm just trying to figure out who the hell I would play in his place. I mean, because there are running backs that I like.
Are you playing him at the running back or do you have him in the flex? Because I have Brees and Bijan almost everywhere.
I want to have Bijan.
Bijan is the play. I think he's the only offensive weapon that's shown doesn't matter what happens, he's going to get it done if they use him. I'm left with 7,900, which means I'm in Jamar Chase, Puka Nacua, Travis Kelce range at the flex. I might just go Kelce.
I really want to shoehorn Bijan Robinson in. The only problem is that now I have to take out the Jets and play like the Giants, which I'm not doing, by the way. I'm not doing that. Although I could play the Titans.
This is the danger zone.
Nobody has talked about the Titans today.
No. What? Are you talking about the Titans defense?
They could win. They could win. Titans inactives, Traylon Burks.
And the same other 5 dudes it's been every week.
Caleb Murphy.
And they're slow on the uptick on inactives today.
They sure are. Holy shit.
That's the only team that's out. Oh, nope, There's another one. Baltimore. Humphrey's back today. He looked pretty healthy. Odafe Owa's out, but other than that, it's
all those offensive linemen are playing.
Morgan Moses is the only one that's inactive.
Oh, okay. Havoc says the Titans are by far, or so far, the best run defense.
Well, the only problem for me with I have no problem playing the Titans defense, none at all.
Mm-hmm.
But, it doesn't get me to where I want to get. Like I'm still $400 over, so I'm gonna have to take out somebody that I want. It's the question of who. Who, my friends? Who? This might be a bunch of receivers week.
OBJ is playing today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Interesting.
And I'll still not play him.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, it's not about that. It's about the Zay.
Oh, yeah. Taking attention away from Zay Flowers. I get it.
Yeah, I like that even better. I have Zay Flowers everywhere.
No Shaq Leonard. Nothing crazy there.
No.
No Quiddy Bay. Detroit only put out 1 inactive.
Amon-Ra. They do that. Detroit does that like every week. They put them out one at a time for some reason. I don't know why they do that.
Competitive advantage.
Indy's missing the guys that we knew they were going to be missing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the game that I keep looking at and going, there's something to the Indianapolis wide receivers, but I don't think I want to risk it with any of them because I don't know who it's going to be. Other than Michael Pittman, is Josh Downs worth it? Is he worth the gamble?
He's cheap, so yes. He's super cheap.
Another name that we haven't talked about, Wan'Dale Robinson. He's $3,000 on DraftKings.
Mm-hmm.
I keep waiting for the week that Mike Kafka and Brian Daboll remember, oh, wait, he was a fucking running back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should generate some touches for him. Because Matt Breida sucks.
And they did it a couple of times last week. But it's not, I guess you would like to see him be used more as a Cordero Patterson type of a weapon.
That's what he is.
That's
right,
that's
but use it that frequently. But I did
no Chase Claypool, guys. I know you were disappointed. You're really looking forward to it.
100%. I was stoked for.
I was banking on that.
Change all your lines. You need to use Wan'Dale like that. That's the role he should be playing.
Mm-hmm.
It makes the most sense to play him like that. But instead, we have coaches that think that they're, I don't know, maybe they just forgot him. I feel that way about Darren Waller in that offense. You have a premier pass catching tight end and you throw him the ball 3 times a game. I don't get that.
Well,
I don't get it at all.
Comes to Daniel Jones sucks, I guess.
I don't think he does. I think he's okay. I don't think he's
something awful.
I don't think he's great. I don't even think he's like good. I think he's okay. He's above. You put him on a different team with a coach, like you put him in San Francisco. Is he better? Probably. I think that they forgot what they're doing on offense. And when he doesn't have Saquon, when he doesn't have his safety blanket, he is something terrible.
Well, and he doesn't have an offensive line either. I mean,
that's two things you need as a quarterback.
Right. I mean, the kid's got like 2.5 seconds, if that, to throw the ball.
Highly recommend you have an offensive line.
Right.
No Saquon today, but we knew that.
The more I'm looking at this, the more I'm trying to shoehorn Wan'Dale Robinson in.
Have
3,000, he gets in the end zone, and he is paid off.
Yeah.
And they have been targeting the shit out of him.
Well, let's do it.
He has 11 targets in 2 weeks, and he's only been back for those 2 weeks.
Havoc wants to know Tyler Conklin or Darren Waller. I'm all over Conklin, which means he's going to be terrible, so don't 100%. Do that. Don't do that. Don't get caught in the same, the same narrative that I'm caught in of somebody for New York's going to score, and it's going to be somebody, it's not going to be Garrett Wilson. And not that he can't score, but I'm just looking at that going, Tyler Conklin's, he's the guy. He's going to have a touchdown today. It's not going to happen because I want it to.
Yep.
You figure it out?
Yep. I'm leaving some money on the table, but
don't be afraid to leave money on the tables.
I paid up to the Lions instead of the Jets. Not because I don't believe in the Jets. I don't believe in Bryce Young at all.
That makes sense.
And after I thought about it with the revenge narrative after what you did to us last year, yeah, they could hurt your damn feelings. And upon further enlightenment, I am off the David Montgomery thing.
Oh, okay.
Season long, you're totally fine because he's going to get a ton of tote.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I saw 35% owned, he has to score 3 touchdowns. And I don't think he's going to.
I kept him some spots. I can't get off. If I built the line, this is what, Jeremy, you do this with me every goddamn week. We get on the show and we start talking, and I've already got my lineup set. And Jeremy's like, well, this, and then you make too much goddamn sense. And now I'm like, well, now I got to flex off a bunch, and then he's going to go and he's going to score 3 touchdowns, and I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
So I'm only flexing him out a few times.
Yep.
Or what's also entirely possible is that Craig Reynolds snakes him on 2 touchdowns.
Why
and
would you
no
put
one
that
has that.
No, some wizard will have it who's played, 30 entries into the millionaire.
Oh, Havoc's flying back from Hawaii. Damn, that sounds
what's
lovely.
up, Havoc?
There's that one guy out there that's on Josh Reynolds.
I'm playing
There's
Josh.
always one.
I'm playing Josh Reynolds in the TMZ league.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
By choice?
It's deep, and I'm not great at receiver. Although I am curious if Wan'Dale Robinson's available in that league. Don't ask me why I have this hard on now for Wan'Dale Robinson this specific week.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about him on Tuesday because I saw he was 3,000, and then it just completely went out of my brain. And I came across a little tidbit of information that they know they need to manufacture touches for Wan'Dale Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
You get him up in the 8-9 touch range, I feel good about that at $3,000.
I mean, I went Cousins, Hall, Bijan, Atwell, Robinson, Wilson, Hawk, Achane, and the Dolphins defense. I still got $1,800 on the table, which means I could actually pay up to Kelsey, but then I don't. Then I'm playing a quarterback naked.
Yeah, you don't ever like playing your quarterback naked.
So I left Hawk in there instead. Gets you Wan'Dale.
I like Wan'Dale. And he's playing out of the slot. His snaps, good God, he played 48 snaps last week.
Sure did.
Wow. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, damn. I keep looking at that lineup just going, Oh my! Oh my!
Oh my!
Oh my!
All right. Do we have any more inactives being released?
I think we've got them all now, but there is. Well, we got to be missing one because there's an odd number of teams on the screen. Judon inactive for New England. We already knew that.
We knew that. Yep.
Shaq Griffin's inactive for the Texans. That is a thing to note. If Atlanta had a quarterback that could actually take advantage of that, it would be a much bigger deal.
Mm-hmm.
Why make a completely contrarian Desmond Ritter line?
Oh my, that's a bold strategy. It's a bold strategy, Cott. Let's see how it works out for
you
him.
Do that?
Why would I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you hit, you hit. Because no one in their right mind is Ritter's going to be like 2% owned.
Mm-hmm.
He's also $4,900, which means you can get Ritter and London. Easy stack.
Mm-hmm.
You can pay up for basically everybody then. Take Bijan. Let's go completely out of left field and take Achane as your other running back. Play Kelsey. Play the Jets defense. And then you can go with good old dependable Michael Wilson, Wan'Dale Robinson. This is a complete dart throw line.
I was going to say.
You got to love those.
And then I'm left with $9,200 left. So far I've got Ritter, Achane, Robinson, London, other Robinson, Michael Wilson, Travis Kelsey, Jets defense, and I have $9,200. I can put in Tyreek Hill. I can put in A.J. Brown. I can put in Jamar Chase. I can put in Nakua. I could put in anybody except for Justin Jefferson. I can play. Let's just shit in everybody's punch bowl and go Tyreek Hill.
There's a possibility that he just goes nanners today.
And that's entered. There we go. That is what you call a complete dart throw.
Stephen Tao said he wouldn't play Desmond Ritter if someone else was paying for it.
Right.
We'll see.
This is when. Hey, I got a lineup for you, Desmond Ritter. Nope, not listening.
Listen, everybody says that until old Armchair comes back to the fantasy chat later on this afternoon and goes, "It wasn't a bad idea, was it?"
Juan Polito.
I'm more right than wrong.
That's true. I can't get to a place where I can play because Desmond Ritter. I'm not sure I'd play him if you told me that there was no defense.
I played Ritter in a dollar lineup in a 200K contest. I'm not putting him in a millionaire. Let's get that out there.
Juan Polito asked, which running back 2 do I use? Full PPR. Kamara, Pacheco, Taylor, Breece Hall, and one flex. Do I use another running back or one of the receivers? He has Nico Collins, Jameson Williams, Hollywood Brown. I'm playing none of those.
You play Breece Hall.
Yep.
And you play Jonathan Taylor.
Yep. We're in lockstep there.
Yep.
Pacheco would be my 3. Kamara would be my 4.
Yeah, I think Bill takes
before
Kamara.
I played any of those receivers. You're stacked at running back. That's the problem, though, is that you got to play this game every week of, oh, shit, which one do I play?
Play the running backs.
Yeah. Jackass wants more breakdown on why you think San Francisco Dallas is going to be a grumper.
So you have a possibility of rain, 2 really good defensive teams, 2 mediocre quarterbacks, and you can give me every QBR stat you want to. Neither one of them presses the ball down the field.
Mm-hmm.
And I just it strikes me as like a heavyweight title fight, and you're more into MMA than you are into boxing. But back in the day, you would get heavyweight title fights, and Mike Tyson kind of broke everybody's brain. Well, in the era after Tyson, you would get 4 rounds where all they did was feel each other out.
Right.
You would not see one aggressive punch thrown in 4 rounds. That's kind of where I'm at here.
It's a grappling match in MMA.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of guys trying to feel around each other, trying to get a hold.
Yeah.
It's not fun to watch,
And so you
Eventually
basically could get 30 minutes of productive offense because nobody wants to make the mistake where if I'm Dallas, I don't want to put Brock Purdy inside the 50 because I don't think he can beat me. And if I'm San Francisco, I don't want to do the same thing with Dak Prescott because I don't think he can beat me unless I beat myself. So
21-17 Niners.
Say it again.
21-17 San Francisco. I
think that's on the high side.
It is.
To me, that's the ceiling of how many points you could score. Mm-hmm. At that point, if that's where you think the score will be, you're going to have a usable piece on each side.
I'm counting on defensive scores.
And I can't tell you that's wrong. I really can't.
I don't think Dak is okay. Brock Purdy's okay. They got some wide receiver weapons. Both defenses are good. It's going to be a slugger.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of slugger, it's 11-7 in London with 5:09 to go in the third quarter.
Please tell me I took Jacksonville on that one.
You did not.
Come on. Really?
Actually,
well, we got a
a
few minutes of lull.
Yeah, we both did.
If you guys can indulge me for a second.
Okay.
Not to dampen the mood, but as people may or may not know, I'm doing a little bit of fundraising. Papa Armchair got some awful news, and we'll leave it at that. It wasn't great news for his health, but in the spirit of that, I am raising money for men's health in Canada here. It is only in Canadian dollars, which means it's like 75% of your regular dollars, your real life money, not our monopoly money. I posted the link before. If you want the link, you can message me. So far, my amigos have raised $69, and yes, that was on purpose.
It's 100%. Did I do that drunk?
So once we do hit 100, I'm going to shave the entire face. We're going to go down to the bones. Then I'm growing out the old dirt stash for the entire month of November or whenever it starts. If we get to $200 raised, I'll go out and purchase actual Jets gear to wear on our broadcasts for a couple of weeks. Let's do it for, let's say, 4 weeks in a row where I have to wear Jets gear. And it's my own money that I'd be buying this awful, disgusting green gear with. If anybody ends up making a donation, I will give you a cash line free to use at your discretion. But it's all for a good cause. So I appreciate anybody that's able to do it. Shoot me a message if you want the donation link. I think they take PayPal and Google Pay and credit cards and all that other shit. But $69 is what we're at. Once we get 100, I'm shaving her down to the wood, or November 1st, whichever comes first.
I think Tank and I can probably commit the
And if we get to 200, you're doing both, right? You're doing the stash and the Jet
stash.
stuff?
Stash is happening regardless.
Okay.
Stash is coming. So I'm going. When I hit 100, I shave it down. Or November 1st, I go clean anyway.
Yeah.
That's the rules with the fundraiser. Is you go completely bare and then you grow a mustache, and people are like, "Why do you have a mustache?" And then you tell them about the fundraising efforts. So mustache is happening regardless.
All right, guys.
But if we get there early, then I'll start it early.
Let's make this happen.
I think Tank and I can commit $200 out of show funds. I believe we can make that happen.
You just want to see me in that. I had to wear the Patriots. I had to wear the classic Brady today because I have a feeling it's going to be a while before I can put that on again. So.
I believe. I mean, I'll have to talk to our accountant, which is HWA. But I'm 99.9% sure we can make that happen ourselves.
Yeah, and our thoughts and prayers are with Papa Armchair, no doubt. So just tell him to stay strong, and we're all behind him.
Appreciate it, gentlemen. Not to bring the mood down, just wanted to get that out there for everyone, just in case. Kenny Pickett is a go today. Not on the Steelers inactives.
As I figured.
Which means you still shouldn't play Kenny Pickett.
No doubt. There is no Pat Freiermuth today, though.
No Fry, man.
No Freiermouth.
Yeah, he's been doubtful all week.
Mm-hmm.
It's bullshit.
I'm not seeing anything else that's really sending me. No Dante Jackson for the Panthers. Which means
maybe Robert Rochelle will get to play this week.
Hey, let's go. He's better.
Friend of the show,
Jackson.
Robert Rochelle.
No doubt.
That's right. Pick him up in your IDP league.
No doubt. nothing else really sending me.
Who dat dude asked one flex for PPR, Olave or Ayuk, and I think we're all of the mind that Ayuk is not the play today.
Yeah, I'd go Olave.
Yeah, that's very close for me.
I'd go
I'm
Olave.
just worried about. I mean, I don't know why I'm worried, but the New Orleans Saints against New England. It's
going to be gross.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know it's going to be gross, and that's why I'm like, I don't know.
How do you guys do this? Watch awful. Like I'm not used to this. It's garbage.
What? Just watching bad football
watching
teams?
your team be
Yes.
shitty.
Yes, but not even like the worst kind of. We're mediocre.
Oh yeah,
like that's our ceiling. That's our ceiling is mediocre. I haven't seen this since I started. When I was first became a fan of football, they were bad. It was like Bledsoe started pulling them off. He started pulling up the Patriots, and I started trending in the right direction. This is trash.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I feel for you.
Well, I mean, I've been doing it for a long time, so you just kind of get used to it. You're gonna have 17 Sundays. It makes in a Thursday here and there, where your team's just
it's a lot better.
Shit on you.
The only thing that makes it better is coming on and doing this with you guys, having the chat in here and talking some fantasy. I'd rather do that.
Yes, Tank can attest to this. I care way more about gambling football and way more about DFS than I do about the Jets at this point. Yeah. I still love them, and they still get 3 hours of my day on Sunday, but they don't get a lot of my mental real estate outside of that.
No, you cannot focus on a bad football team, or your entire life will just be destroyed.
Suck.
And you'll live right. You'll live. They wonder why, or I guess nobody really wonders why. It's just expected that when you go to a big city like New York, there's people screaming on the streets at each other. Well, it's because their football teams suck. New York fans have nothing now. No Yankees, no Mets, no Jets, no Giants. The hockey teams probably suck too, don't they?
The Rangers are okay. The Devils are actually.
I was about to say, I think the Rangers are pretty good.
The Devils are actually considered a cup favorite. FYI, I will be sending Jeremy some NHL DFS. I think we're going to get Jeremy into the hockey daily fantasy.
I was top 250 in the country in golf, so I've shown that if I can make it make money, I can be very involved.
I think this is how we bridge the gap. And I still don't have a college football team, gents. Let's get this resolved.
Yeah, we're going to lean on that this week. Last week,
forgot about it.
Last week was kind of weird because it seemed like no matter what I did, I had computer issues last week, which is not shocking. Tank has computer issues every day because he's got Windows 98 over there. That's just awful. Yes, he actually has a computer with Windows 98.
Yep.
Yuck.
Yeah, I don't. It's not my choice. I might be getting a new one though. Fingers crossed, everybody.
Yeah, I'll believe that when I see
it. Crazy Blade says, "God bless the Red Zone. When your team sucks, just watch that."
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. You live.
I forgot how good the Red Zone was because we've been, we've been at Village Porch for so long, and we still love the Village Porch. We'll be there, I think, next week.
Mm-hmm.
Amy and I have been keeping the roads hot. I was up yesterday for a remote at 7:30. I didn't get in last night until 2:15, and then was up at later than I should have been for today.
Yep.
So somebody asked me that of like, did we still do things there? We do, and we still love them as much as we ever have. I'm just tired. Like, I haven't seen my house in 3 damn days.
Yep.
Outside of going to nights.
Yep.
So I need to lay down and take a nap. Shit, I got 5 days of football goodness. Plus, I've been having to shut down trolls. Like, God, I thought YouTube was bad for trolls. Jesus Christ. TikTok is 10 times worse. 100%. I had one fucking mouth breather that said, "Let me know when you contribute something to society." Yeah, we donated a shitload of money to charity last year. He's like, I have a real man job. I'm in construction. And then I said some shit that I probably shouldn't have. I mean, God bless you if you're in construction. I get it. You're the backbone of America.
Mm-hmm.
I got a bunch of people that
were for me, brother.
Well, yeah, you don't want me fixing shit.
Mm-mm.
I got a lot of people that were upset by my not apologizing for Evan Neal. I just couldn't believe he apologized. I had a lot of people like, "Oh, you're a douche. You think you're better than people." I don't think I'm better than anybody. I think my job problem.
Sure.
Oh, I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. I think I'm better than a lot of people.
Yes.
It doesn't have not nary a damn thing to do with what they do. Some of the best people I know are machinists and cops, and
no doubt
they don't make nearly the money that they deserve. That has no. The people I think I'm better than are the douchebags that have 4 or 5 hours a day to sit on TikTok and YouTube and troll people. Yeah, I'm better than that guy.
Good for you.
Yeah, and I'm not apologizing for that.
Yep. All right. Armchair, did you? Oh, you couldn't get the link to post there?
I can't. The link doesn't post as a direct click link. I need Trump to let that happen because
Gotcha.
I don't have admin rights, but you can copy and paste that.
Trevor Lawrence just fumbled again.
Oh, God.
They're going to let Buffalo beat them, in spite of the fact Buffalo has done nothing to win this game.
Boo.
No.
The best part about this football game
is that I haven't watched a second of it.
Damn it!
Then it's almost over?
Yeah, is that I hadn't had to watch a single second of it.
Oh, does that mean I get to double down on Trevor Lawrence again tomorrow? Better do.
If they lose this game.
If they lose this game, I'm going to hammer him.
Josh Allen's thrown for 178 yards. 101 of those have gone to Stephon Diggs.
Their leading rusher right now is Josh Allen with 11 yards.
How long have I come on and said Buffalo needs a run game? Buffalo needs a run game. Buffalo needs a run game, and then they don't use the run game.
Well, hell, they barely had the ball.
Well, that's because Josh Allen's efficient with throwing it.
Trevor Lawrence has
Diggs
fumbled
real good.
3 friggin' times. And they had another one on the center. They have 4 fumbles in this game.
Yikes.
Only lost 2 of them.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Ugh. You know, if I owned a football team and anybody came to me and said, hey, you want to go play in the UK? Nuh-uh.
Fuck that.
No.
No, I don't.
You know,
How about
to,
Germany? Right? Mm-mm. No, don't want to do that either.
You know where I want to play? In my stadium, where I make all the money.
Well, they pay them a bit for it, but it ain't pretty. You lose all your gate revenue. That sucks.
I mean, and you go over there and forget how to play football because nobody ever goes over there and looks good.
Yep.
Have we had a good London game ever?
There have been a couple.
There have been a few. I cannot remember one off the top of my head.
Mm-mm.
Well, then it wasn't that good. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no doubt. I think there was one last year that was half-assed. Maybe Seattle and Tampa?
2008, the Saints beat the Chargers 37-32.
I remember.
2015, Jags Bills 34-31.
Mm-hmm.
This is ugly.
Oh, they're awful.
Any of these?
Oh, these games are terrible.
The 5th best one was listed as the Chargers beating the Titans 20-19. 20-19. That's it.
Yeah. I want to say that Jags game, that Jags Bills game. I feel like that was one where somebody blew a massive lead, and then I think like Jason Myers kicked a winning field goal or some shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gross. It's gross.
All right.
But it spreads the game across the globe, and it all serves the purpose, I guess.
Kelvin Joyner said the Mexico City games have been dope. That they have.
Correct.
It's also because Azteca is like 7,000 feet in the air.
70-yard field goals for everyone.
Yeah, so you get kickers that line up. Literally, I've seen this from 2 different teams that have played there. The kickers line up at the opposing 40-yard line and are draining them in pregame.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I can't remember who that was that I saw. I mean, it was
very
strange to see. It might have been Greg the Leg. Although Greg can do that shit in New York. And then we get into games and, we really need this. And
Yeah, I thought he did that when he was still a Raider. Maybe it was Janikowski.
Zerline was in Dallas.
Dallas, right. Was it Janikowski then?
Janikowski, he did some special shit. He did some shit at Florida State that I saw up close and personal and went, what is happening right now? That big fucking linebacker is annihilating that football.
All right, that'll wrap it up for us today on week 5 of the NFL season.
We're at the almost at the third poll, boys and girls. After today, sometime this week is actually the third poll of the NFL.
Wow. All right. Hope it all goes well for your fantasy lineups. Of course, we will be back with you tomorrow at noon on ESPN Asheville and, of course, right here on the YouTube stream. Noon o'clock tomorrow. Join us in for an Overreaction Monday. In the meantime, everybody, reach out to Armchair, support Papa Armchair. David, it's been a pleasure, always is.
Appreciate it, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you. And Josh Allen intercepted right as we head out. Jacksonville Jaguars ball. 13:06 to go.
Lovely. All right, back tomorrow. We'll see you then in the Ingles Studio. Yeah!